Space, and its infinite expansiveness has served as a font of inspiration for a variety of forms of entertainment over the years. Alongside advancements and discoveries made with exploration of its seemingly endless horizons, authors, artists, and directors alike have all used it as a place to tell stories of unknown horrors, escapism, and grandiose discovery. The first installment of the collaboration between Ryan Cady, Andrea Mutti, K.Michael Russell, and Troy Peteri of Top Cow Productions, known as Infinite Dark, serves as the start of a new entry within the science fiction genre with a focus on humanity and survival within this final frontier. From its opening panels, the first issue of Infinite Dark explores the concepts of survival within space and how humanity changes in the face of disastrous loss in such a cold, unforgiving, and mysterious environment. As readers, we are immediately introduced to director Dave Ochoa and the crew of the Orpheus, the last remaining bastion of humanity, located at the edge of the universe 2 years after a cataclysmic series of events that ultimately resulted in the death of the majority of humankind. Interestingly enough, however, rather than shrouding the extinction event in mystery, like so many other stories of the genre before it, we are treated to a visually graphic and visceral retelling of the disaster told through the memories and reflections of Deva herself, as she talks to the onboard AI known as Smith. Through this opening exchange, it becomes clear that the director of the Orpheus is still weighed down by survivor's guilt, as she works to steer humanity in a positive direction within a physical reminder of her very own shortcomings. Moving past these introductions, the conflict quickly presents itself in the form of a kidnapping that calls for the assembly of an elite investigative team, led by the director herself, to a desolate and abandoned portion of the Orpheus known as the Dark Sector. Cliché names aside, however, it's within these moments that some of the major themes that Infinite Dark will seemingly look to tackle present themselves. The descent into the abandoned part of the Orpheus presents the readers with questions on the unknown, both the willingness and reluctance to accept it, and on the true importance of preservation of societal norms in the wake of such a cataclysmic event. Moreover, as Deva and her team chase their kidnapper through the empty city streets, back alleys, and abandoned ruins of the Dark Sector, the truly visceral and sharp artistic stylings of Mutti and Russell are on full display. It's throughout this chase sequence that it becomes clear that the artistic duo has an absolute mastery over dynamic illustration, contrast, and shadow, as each panel explodes with movement and emotion as the issue pushes forward towards its climax. Coupled together with Cady's attention to detail in his writing, the second half of the issue really made me feel locked into Deva's state of mind as she expresses exactly how she's feeling about that bleak state of affairs aboard the Orpheus, her frustration with the other members of the board, as well as containing her own rage and grief for the sake of the greater good. Ultimately, Top Cow's first installment of Infinite Dark was something that hooked me right from the get-go, with its refreshing take on a familiar setting, compelling lead character, and the issues it presents. It is definitely a series that I'd recommend to fans of science fiction and horror, and with Halloween right around the corner, it really released at a perfect time. I can't wait to see where the creative team over at Top Cow takes this series and its exploration of being the last survivors in an unforgiving environment, and how Deva herself evolves as a character as she is exposed to the unknown mysteries and truths that await her within the Infinite Dark.